Hello and welcome to the DynaFile version 4 upgrade training. The sign-in page is still the same, as well as your username and password. If you cannot remember your password, click on the Need Password Help link. Let's log into your updated DynaFile site. This is the updated home screen for your DynaFile site. If you are using the DynaFile companion application, please go to your system tray, right-click on the DynaFile logo, and then click Restart. If you're using a large MFC scanner, please scan a test document to ensure that it is ready to go. Also, if you have an integration with any e-signature service, you will want to send a test document first. If you have a desktop scanner, please contact your DynaFile account manager. Now, taking a look at our site, you can see that the search indexes are now at the top of the home screen. Your search indexes will most likely be different based on your site configuration. One of the big changes to the search indexes is located within this gear icon. If you click on the gear icon, you will see index display settings. You can make the settings hidden or visible. You can also rearrange the display order of the indexes. For example, I always want to see document type first. Click Save. Keep in mind you can always use the Reset button to bring back the default settings. The next change to the search indexes is the ability to search based on first name or even employee ID. In the previous version of DynaFile, you could only search by last name. Another big change to the search indexes is the ability to have a multi-index search. I am going to select multiple document types. The site does save your search criteria. Click Clear to remove your search. Now we're going to explore document states. These replace offices in the older version of DynaFile. The registered state is your document library, or like your file cabinet. You can search your registered documents using the search indexes. Now we have the deleted state that you can move documents to. The biggest change with deleted documents is that you can recover accidentally deleted documents yourself. I will move all of Jane Doe's documents to the deleted state by clicking Change State in the navy blue header and then select Deleted. Now if we click on our deleted state, you can see that Jane's documents that I just deleted. I'm going to select a creation date as today so that it's easier to see. In the deleted state, I can now select all of Jane's deleted documents and send them back to the registered state. Documents will stay in the deleted state for 60 days. Reach out to your DynaFile site admin to recover a deleted document before it is permanently deleted from the site. Another new document state is the pending for state. In the older version we had the user upload queue. The pending state replaces that. Now we can grant multiple users access to a pending state. If a person is suddenly on leave, an administrator can grant access to that user's pending state so that those documents can be registered by another user. Or you could have a group pending state, for example, pending for HR. If you're using offices in the older version, you will see pending states for your offices. Now I'm going to add myself to another user's pending state. Click on Admin, then click on Users, and select the user you are giving access to. Then click on Document State Access. Then select the drop-down for Add Document States and select the document state you are giving access to. I am selecting the Pending for JG Test state. Once you have selected the document state, you will need to give access to the state. Reach out to your DynaFile account manager if you have questions about setting up a document state. Click on Update. Now if I click Documents, you can see that I have the pending 4JG test date as an option. And you can see that I have access to register the document in the queue. If you're utilizing a large MFC scanner, you will see a document state for your MFC. This is where you will come to register your scanned documents from the MFC. Think of this as your batch processing queue. Now if you need to add a new document state, click on Admin, then click on Document States, then click on the little plus sign. I'm going to make a document state for DynaFile HR. Click on Create when finished. Then select the group or users you would like to add the new document state to. I'm going to add a user. Click on the drop-down for Add Users. I'm giving all access to the document state, but you do not have to. Then click Update. If a user should upload to a document state, they need to have Modify Access selected. Now when I click on Documents, you can see that I have the HR@DynaFile document state. Now let's add some documents to your DynaFile site. You'll notice that you have this new Quick Add Documents button on your home screen. Let's quickly add some documents using this new button. This window will appear and you have a drop-down for available document states. I will choose my pending for DynaFile support state. You can drag and drop documents to this window or use the Select Documents link like I am. You can also drag and drop directly to the pending for state in the home screen. Now I will come back to my pending for DynaFile support state and begin registering the documents. Click on the document and select the drop-down for Change State and then select Registered. Since these are multiple documents that need to be split, I will select Edit and Split and then click Submit. Now we can break apart the documents like in the old version. Think of this as your batch processing area. The little checkboxes are still only used to rotate or delete a page from the batch. Notice that the far left document preview area is red. This is because we have not provided enough metadata. Now let's give our document the necessary metadata. Notice once the necessary amount of metadata is added, the far left document preview area turns gray. So now I'm ready to split the document. When what is being selected on the left and previewed in the center is the first page of a new document, then click on the tiny split page icon to start a new document. I will continue to add the metadata for the batch. As I click between the split lines, you can see that information is being held. A great new feature is the gallery view. In gallery view, you can move pages around or delete them. You also have this shortcut key in the bottom left of your window. If you're using the split and edit feature a lot, these can be very useful. But coming back to our document that we have broke apart, we need to click Save and Register. You can see that the site notifies you that the documents have been moved to the registered state. In my pending 4JG test state, there is one more document that I need to register. This time, it is one document for one person, so I will select the direct method for registering the document, fill out the metadata, and click Save. Now if I click on the registered document state and search for Fondo, you will see the documents that I just added for her. Next, we will explore adding documents via barcode generation. Skip to the next section if you do not use barcodes. Click on Tools, select Barcode Generation, create your data page, I typically see these printed out, but I will create PDFs for this training session. Create your document type pages next. Create the end page. You must always have an end page. I will quickly merge these in Adobe and show you what a packet should look like. Your packet should go data page first, then your first document type page, then those documents, the next document type page, then those documents, and so on, and then finally the end page. I'm going to save this packet. To upload the barcode packet, click on Documents, and I'm going to click on the Quick Add button. Then select my Auto Barcode Processing State from the drop-down. Drag and drop or select your barcode packet that you would like to register to the site. I'm going to click refresh, and you will see that the document has been moved out of the auto barcode processing state. Now if we come back to the registered state and select a creation date of today, then you will see the documents that we just added via barcode processing. Because the site will save your search, you will want to clear your search when you are done. Another new feature is that now we can connect your Outlook or Gmail account directly to your DynaFile site. To configure the email connector, click on Preferences and then select Email. Then click on Create Connection. This connection allows you to send a document from the site, and if the recipient responds to the email, it will go directly to your inbox. I'm going to select Create a Connection with Microsoft. Then click Login. You will then need to read through the permissions and click Accept. And now you can see that my email connector is active. To email a document, just search for the employee and the documents that you want to send. Then click on Share from the drop-down. Then click on Email/link. Now you can see that you have more options with the new version of your site. You can send the document as link only, public or private, and add a password for the link/document, or you can have the site generate a code for you. You can also grant one-time access to the document if you like. The next area that I want to touch on is index administration. Click on Admin, then click on Indexes. You can now show or hide the more advanced indexes in your site. A new function in the index administration is the option to set a default index value. You can see that unknown is the set default value for location. If most of my employees are at one location, I can select that location as the default index value. Just select the index value that will be the default, and in the pop-up window select the checkbox for default value. Now you can see that Denver will be my default index value for location. Let's do one more of those. I'm going to select acknowledgements as my default index value for document type. Now acknowledgements is my default value for document type. Next, let's create a new user. Click on Admin, then Users. Click the little plus icon next to New User. In the new version of your site, there are 4 required fields to create a new user: email address, first name, last name, and initial group membership. The required initial group membership is new. You can choose to create user document state or opt them out of the user state. For example, pending for test user. If you need to change the metadata for a document that has already been registered, start by going to Documents, then search for the document that needs to be updated. Click on the document line, then select Metadata. Then you can update the indexes as needed. I am updating this document to Fondo as an I-9. Now the document is registered under Fondo as an I-9. The Reports menu has moved to the far left navy blue area. The support guide for DynaFile can be found by clicking Help in the far left navy blue area. It's a great in-depth resource on everything DynaFile. To sign out, click on the little person icon in the far left navy blue area.